Good morning. It's a little bright out here. You know, when there's clouds and the sun is like reflecting on like the whiteness of the clouds, whatever. But it's hard to keep my eyes open. So maybe there's a better angle. I guess that's fine. Oh yeah, so today I was doing a transfer in my bank to a savings account. I have two savings accounts. One is just savings, so that's where the emergency fund is, the $1,000 that you should save for a baby step emergency, and then once you're out of debt, you fully fund your emergency fund. And then the other account I have is, I call it a sinking fund. So that's what I wanted to touch on today, because I noticed even in my FPU class, a lot of the budget issue questions come up with like, how do you properly take care of unexpected things, but that wouldn't constitute an emergency. So this includes an extra medical expense, an extra, some car maintenance, a car situation. So what Dave suggests, and what I've been doing for years, is sinking funds. So for example, I'm going to give you two car examples. One car example is car maintenance, and I'll tell you exactly what I do. So for car maintenance, I put $50 a month towards the sinking fund. So I'll tell you how much I have currently for car maintenance. So for car maintenance, currently I have $270, because of course I've used it. I've spent stuff. I've went and got an oil change at VW. I what's it called? I had to buy the brake light. A brake light was out. We had to change that, But $50 a month. So what happens when we had to change our tires? We had the money. So we have new tires. Brakes are coming up. I have $270. I think that's enough to cover the brakes as it is. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's the point. So that's what you do, sinking funds. So you're always going to need car maintenance. So you want to put $50 to $75 to $100, depending on your car and whatever, a month towards car maintenance. Another example of the sinking fund is, especially if you are, working on getting better cars and you got out of car loans in order to get out of debt, so you had to buy a cheapy car, right? You bought $1,000 car, $2,000 car. What you do is you buy that $2,000 car, and then you save what would be equivalent to a car payment every month, $500, $400, whatever. You end up with like $5,000 at the end of the year. You sell your beater, and then you could buy like a $6,000, $7,000 car. Or if you are a person with a paid off car and you're already out of debt and so forth, you take your you take what would be equivalent to a car payment, $300, $400, $500, and you start saving it monthly, so that way you have the money you need when you need to buy your car. Like, especially if you want another car, whatever, if you have an idea. Because if not, once you're out of debt, your emergency fund, your 3 to 6 months, will take care of having to buy a new car if you need to. That's the point. So those are sinking funds for the cars. Let me see what other. You could do a vacation sinking fund once you're out of debt, once you have your emergency fund. This is a good example. So my children, two little babies. When babies are born, they have baby well visits. I had no idea about this. And basically, they see the doctor once a month for the first 4 months, then at 6 months, and at 9 months, and at a year, and then at 15 months, and then a year and a half, and then at 2 years, and then yearly from there. So it gets affordable over time, but at the beginning, you're like this. So what I used to do, our doctor visits, we would pay cash, although the insurance, it would count towards our deductible. Sorry. For those of you who don't know, this is a Michigan mug. The M's faded. I'm only a fan of Michigan, not necessarily of football, but because my best girlfriend went there, and when we used to live together, and we were moving, she had to move back to DC. I left her a mug with a Venezuelan flag, and she left me her Michigan mug, which honestly, to me, it's that much more valuable because it was my friend's. But anyway, total side note. So sinking fund, medical. So because medical is wild, and expensive, we pay cash to the doctor, but then it counts towards our deductible later. Like we report it. Fly away. And so what I used to do is make a $300 a month sinking fund. More often than not, we spent it. But if there's any left over, I would transfer it over to that savings account that I've labeled on my bank sinking fund, and I transfer over the money that was extra, because medical fluctuates up and down. But the point is, when you know something's gonna come, like a doctor visit that's like $170, if you know that's coming, you budget for it, right? So, and then when kids are sick and medicines and whatever, I mean, a nebulizer I've had to purchase, a vaporizer, everything I've had to purchase so they could breathe at night when they have boogers. If these are gonna happen, period, a medical visit that you know at the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, it's gonna happen, so you budget for it. And what I did was, instead of just budget for the visit, I added some money to it, because, like I said, they get sick, you gotta buy a medicine, you gotta buy this, and everything with little kids is more expensive. So I would do a sinking fund of $300 a month, knowing that medical stuff. What we've done now with, since they're older, and now at least 9 months, so she's getting her 9 months visit now, but now that she's not doing it monthly, thank God, I've cut back on my medical sinking fund quite a bit, just so we could like kill debt. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you what sinking funds are. It's easy to tackle a really big expense if you pay for it a little at a time. So if you want to go on a vacation, all you got to do is work everything backwards. Remember, requirement: out of debt, 3 to 6 months emergency fund. If not, do not go on vacation. Once you want to go on vacation, if you work the numbers backwards, if you see that the vacation is $2,500, you've priced it out. $2,500 is $250 a month for 10 months. But the point is, it's easy. If you work the numbers backwards, you say, all I got to do is save $100, $200, $300 a month, and we could go on vacation at the end of the year. We could go to Disney. We could go wherever. So that's a sinking fund. Takes a big expense, cuts it up into small chunks, makes it possible to get there. But anyway, it is a vital tool, like especially like the car maintenance, because it's always going to happen. $50 a month, $50 a month, $50 a month. Or medical happens to everybody. So if you're a person that you've noticed you have to spend X dollars here that you didn't plan for, and X dollars there in medical, which honestly everybody should have a medical sinking fund, even if it's low, $100 a month. But if you've noticed that you've broken your budget a couple times because you've needed something, then put aside $150 a month to medical. Regardless, that will cover co-pays, that will cover whatever, right? A medicine that you had to buy. But anyway, sinking funds are really great tools to have the money you need when you need it and not break your budget. So make it a great one, you guys. Happy hump day. Bye.